Hi guys, I hope everyone's had a good new year. I did. It's been pretty busy at work, but the kind of craziness has worn down a bit now. But anyway, I've noticed a few people have been putting up videos showing their best finds of 2014, so I thought I'd do the same. So I've picked out 10, but I have some rules that I've stuck to. First of all, I've not got any new releases or kind of new reissues, because I don't know whether it's really fair to compare them. For a start, I've not bought many new releases this year. I've only bought maybe a handful, so they would all have to be in my top 10. So that wasn't fair. And the other thing is I've not put anything I've got as VCLT, because it's all great. So it's not fair to compare them either. So these are all kind of albums I've been on the lookout for a while or didn't know about and stumbled across. So the first thing that made my top 10 was this, which I got not long before Christmas. Space Ritual by Hawkwind. I've wanted this for a while. I still prefer their earlier than this output, if you know what I mean. Their first album, I think, is probably one of my favourite albums of all time. But this is really good, but it's definitely on the heavier side than their later stuff. One that I was surprised about, the Beach Boys. I'm a big Beach Boys fan anyway, but Friends was an album I'd never heard, and it's one of those albums that I don't think any of the tracks on this ever make greatest hits compilations or anything. So yeah, there's some great stuff on this, really good. The whole album's just got a really good feel to it, and I love it. My only slight gripe with this is that all the tracks are 2 minutes long, so they never hang around long enough that you can really kind of get into them. I think the longest track on this is 3 minutes 39. You know, I think there's only 2 tracks on it that tip the 3 minute scale. So, but really good. Really pleased to have that. Nectar's a Tab in the Ocean. I picked this up when I was in Edinburgh. This is brilliant. The second side of this is probably one of the most played sides of music this year, and I only got it halfway through the year, so this is really good. I'm going to look out for a better copy of this, because this has somebody's name scratched into the run out groove, which always sends the fear up my spine when it gets near the end. Grateful Dead's Live Dead. This was one I picked up off eBay, and is original UK press on the orange label. It had very little description on listed on eBay, but this is in fantastic condition, and it cost me less than a tenner, so I was really pleased to have that. I'm slowly trying to pick up Grateful Dead albums when I see them, and this is a good one. As is this one, which I picked up. This is Anthem of the Sun, again by the Grateful Dead, and again on the orange Warner Brothers label. This was my first Now I think I've just made a bit of a cock up, because I think I actually got this last year. So, oh well. Because I was just looking at that and I was thinking, I don't remember drawing that cover. And I didn't. So we can take this out of this year's, but it was close to being this year. But we can probably take that out of the list. What else did we get? Blood, Sweat and Tears. Another great album. It's one of these albums that's nothing, you know, it's not over the top. It's just a really, really good album. You know, it's not too out there. It's not. Yeah, just really good. Every track on it's solid. Yeah. If you've not heard this, check it out. It's also got one of the scariest covers that I've seen for a while. Loves Da Capo. This was one of the first things I bought this year. This is the original UK. I don't know if you can see the light. It's a bit wrinkly, but this is a laminated. You can see the sleeves nice and shiny. The back's probably better. These laminated sleeves are rarer than the laminated ones. But yeah, again, love. It's on the original kind of red Elektra label. Fantastic album. I'm still on the lookout for their first album and Forever Changes. Kind of original presses of them, but they seem to go for a lot. So I'm going to have to try and do some bartering to get the prices down. HMS Donovan. This is one of the albums that Donovan did for the Warp, what am I talking about? Dawn record label. Really good kind of psychedelic folk. A lot of the tracks on it they're children's songs basically. So there's like Lewis Carroll poems, and so it's got, what's it got on here? Yeah, The Walrus and the Carpenter, Jabberwocky, lots of kind of traditional Owl and the Pussycat. But yeah, really good kind of children's songs, but very kind of psychedelic, not really for children, but very good. I'm really pleased to have this. I've actually bought 2 copies of this year, but this is the better of the 2 and is on the orange Dawn label. I think this was released on all 3 variants of the Dawn label, the orange one, the purple and the sunburst one. The other one I've got is purple label, so this is the better of the 2. So I'm really pleased to have that. Another album I picked up right at the start of the year, Elmer Gantry's Velvet Opera. Fantastic, really, really good. Kind of psychedelic garage. This first track here, Mother Writes, is just really good. Flames is probably the most famous track on it, and that Flames was actually released later on in the year for Record Store Day as a 7-inch. But yeah, this is really good. Elmer Gantry's Velvet Opera. I can definitely recommend checking that one out. And it's on the Direction label, which is cool as well. Which I think was a CBS maybe subsidiary. But yeah, if you've not heard this, definitely check it out. And finally, this, which is Dead Sea Fruit. Now this was a 50p charity shop find, and is easily my best find of the year without any question. Well, probably not the most valuable actually, because I've picked up some other things, but they're going to get sold, I'd imagine. But they're not. It's not really music I'm into. So, but as far as keepers go, this is the best find I've had this year. Dead Sea Fruit. They were a British. I don't know, pop group. Sound probably close to the Kinks than they do the Beatles. They've got a kind of kinksiness, but also a slightly what's the word I'm looking for? Vaudeville-ness to them, as you can tell maybe by the outfits, but very good. Apparently they were quite big in France, but didn't really make much of a splash anywhere else. Yeah, and this is on the Camp label, which I think had very few releases. I'm not sure how many albums came out on Camp, but it wasn't many. I think they are. I think it's like a Polydor subsidiary, the same as Track. But yeah, Dead Sea Fruit, great album, and really pleased to have it in my collection. So that's 12, coming on 13 minutes, plenty long enough. I hope everyone's had a great new year. I hope everyone will be sticking around for 2015. I'm sure there'll be loads of cool new people joining the VC, and unfortunately probably a lot of cool people leaving as well, because that seems to be the way it goes. But I'm certainly going to be sticking around. So yeah, take care everyone. Love to hear your comments, love to hear what you think of my pickups, apart from obviously the cock-up I made with the Grateful Dead album, which I bought 2 years ago now, in 2013. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, take care.